Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, June 2nd, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 687 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Miami-Dade said no to community IDs last year. This time, the police chief wants them. Stop the spread. Battling weeds without chemicals takes time, but it's possible. Travelers set up camp outside Queen's private quarters at Windsor Castle. NBC's Steve Kornacki explains why Republicans are so disappointed with New Mexico's special election laws. RNC warns it'll advise presidential candidates against debates unless panel makes significant reforms. Iran's largest warship catches fire, sinks in Gulf of Oman. Chinese fishing armada accused of plundering waters around Argentina. Observers of the Arizona audit say they were mocked over shirt color and witnessed software malfunctions, security violations, and personnel issues with the controversial GOP-led ballot count. Boston Police Commissioner expected to be fired Wednesday. Lord Ashcroft's daughter-in-law moved to harsh prison. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. South China Sea dispute, Malaysia accuses China of breaching airspace, BBC News. Khloe Kardashian threatens to sue Tristan Thompson's paternity accuser, TMZ. Iranian Navy's largest ship catches fire and sinks, The New York Times. Naomi Osaka, admitting depression, double faulted by stiffing the press, Fox News. Blazers waste Damian Lillard's record-breaking night, and it's a microcosm of a larger failure, CBS Sports. Agua Dulce shooting, family members identify 44-year-old Los Angeles County firefighter killed at fire station, KABC-TV. Los Angeles Lakers blown out by Phoenix Suns in Game 5, one loss from elimination, ESPN. Body believed to be that of missing Houston boy, 6, found at East Texas motel, NBC News. Amazon Prime Day is officially set for June 21st and 22nd, The Verge. Thousands of emails from N to Fauci during the pandemic's early days were published. Here's what they show about him, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 6 real examples that prove the COVID-19 vaccines are working. 45 funny and relatable tweets about in-laws. 6 of the best LinkedIn hacks all job seekers need to know. Where's the safest place to sit at a restaurant during COVID-19? 8 funny and honest quotes about parenthood from Dana Carvey. Friends star Matthew Perry and fiancée Molly Hurwitz split. 17-year-old girl fights a bear to protect her dogs. Tucker Carlson's medical Jim Crow rant could be his most ridiculous comparison yet. Motive of gunman in Los Angeles fire station shooting remains unclear. Delusional Trump mocked on Twitter over unhinged new conspiracy theory. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Pilot, grounded after medical diagnosis. Rubber ducks bringing smiles to community. Fire on island leaves historic home damaged. Judge rules sex offender cannot be housed. Memorial Day shootings plague Milwaukee. Man linked to third murder. 17-year-old St. Charles student killed in crash. Debate over transgender student athletes. Tarrance County couple remodeling suffers extensive flood damage. Officials, 15-year-old teen drowned in creek. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. As U.S. optimism grows, others have worst outbreaks yet. Got a confidential news tip? Etsy is buying the fashion resale app Depop for $1.6 billion. Joe Manchin's motivations. How to apply for rent relief in New York. They kept schools running as COVID raged, we had to be here. The promise and pressures of Deb Haaland, the first Native American cabinet secretary. Portugal's bike boom, how the country is meeting the demand. Solving the world's problems at the Venice Architecture Biennale. Here are America's top methane emitters, some will surprise you. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Sosa's bat, O'Neal's glove lift Cardinals over Dodgers 3-2. Reddick 2-run double in 10th, D-backs rally past Mets 6-5. Rocks win on wild pitch in 11th, Texas 13th road loss in row. Rep. John Katko, Biden's border crisis, every state is now a border state. Benintendi slam, Perez's 2 hours power Royals past Pirates. Rendon drives in 5 runs, Angels beat Giants 8-1. Wisdom, Contreras HR is urging Cubs top Padres, Tatis hurt. Frazier's 11th inning HR lifts slumping Yankees over Rays. Haas, Shoe beat Homer twice as Tigers beat Brewers 10-7. Cards place Flaherty on IL with significant oblique injury. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, June 2nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Baseball report, Alex Cora still facing questions about cheating scandal in return to Houston. Muirfield Village Golf Club profile, Jack Nicklaus's total vision. Amazon driver shot in face in broad daylight while delivering packages in NYC. Good Samaritans fight off man attacking Asian American San Francisco police officer. USMNT kicks off busy summer with CONCACAF Nations League Finals match against Honduras. Video, teenage girl fights off large mother bear in yard to rescue dogs. Naomi Osaka showered with support from sports world after withdrawing from French Open. We're all with you, Queen. Stimulus check latest, will you get a 4th relief payment? Pride Month kicks off worldwide after year of pandemic cancellations. Watch, Bill Cowher on coaching Pittsburgh Steelers and book Hard and Steel, I reveal a lot more than I ever have. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Queen's Platinum Jubilee, 4-day bank holiday confirmed for next summer. Brexit cheerleading Wetherspoon boss Tim Martin calls for more EU migration. Couples need $26K and single people $19K a year for a happy retirement. Trans groups go to war with Charity Commission after it gave charitable status to LGB Alliance. Chloe Berry and Helen Briggs pay to share Instagram posts targeting debt-stricken fans. Travelers to camp from the Long Walk at Windsor Castle overnight. Brighton, Singapore man found guilty of sending online abuse to Neil Maupay. Il Turco in Italia review, those who like lavatorial humor will thoroughly enjoy this show. Google's head of diversity slammed for saying Jews have insatiable appetite for war and killing. Inside the Israeli clinic that teaches sex for $11,000 to clients from injured veterans to virgins. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The pandemic is getting worse, even when it seems like it's getting better. Veteran politician Herzog elected president of Israel. Jordan refers to security court over alleged foreign plot. Gaza's bereaved civilians fear justice will never come. COVID-19 live updates. China's world-beating vaccination campaign comes with caveats. Indonesia urges ASEAN to quickly appoint envoy for Myanmar. Eco-disaster looms as ship with dangerous goods aboard sinks off Sri Lankan coast. Snubbed, fired and vilified, opposition lawmakers unite in disdain for Netanyahu. In major rewrite of church law, Pope Francis aims for clearer penalties for sex abuse offenders. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. UK to begin accession process to join Trans-Pacific Trade Bloc, Business Live. Stressed out Amazon workers can now access mindfulness training, thanks Jessa Crispin. Megadairies, disappearing wells, and Arizona's deepening water crisis. One of the worst jobs I ever had, former citizen employees on working for the crime app. Immigrant doctors fill U.S. healthcare gaps, but visa rules make life tough. Waiting to happen, the California region where masks are taboo, and cases are rising. That was the day I knew I had died. Yoss Mauro, the reborn genius of Bossa Nova. Escaped elephants wreak havoc in southwest China, video report. The Killing of Two Lovers review, a riveting portrait of male rage. I felt nauseous in Topshop, why a fashion editor gave up buying new clothes. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Firefighter killed in shooting at fire station, suspect believed to be found dead. Voting rights legislation sits in Congress while states move ahead with reforms. Democrat Melanie Stansbury wins U.S. House race in New Mexico. U.S. formally ends policy for asylum seekers to wait in Mexico. Biden suspends oil leases in Alaska's Arctic refuge. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. South China Sea dispute, Malaysia accuses China of breaching airspace. JBS, cyber attack hits world's largest meat supplier. Alaska, Biden to suspend Trump Arctic drilling leases. Florida bans transgender athletes from female sports. Cargo ship sinks off Sri Lanka amid fears of environmental disaster. Bird flu, China sees first human case of rare H10N3 strain. Letter from Africa, the lure of the get-rich-quick scam in Kenya. COVID worries India's pregnant and unprotected mothers-to-be. Emma Coronel Ice Bureau, the rise and fall of a drug kingpin's wife. Pakistani intelligence accused of torture in crackdown on dissent. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Increase in use of gene therapy for rare diseases. Democrat Stansbury wins New Mexico U.S. House race. How to stay safe from 5 common but dangerous bugs this summer. AP Top Stories June 2nd. Firefighters killed, wounded in L.A. County shooting. California man falls 500 feet to his death in Sequoia National Park, woman injured in same accident. Today in history for June 2nd. Bodicam video in San Jose mass shooting released. Very tragic and sad, Los Angeles County firefighter kills 1, injures 1 in fire station shooting in Agua Dulce. Global meat supplier JBS shuts down after cyber attack. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. COVID-19 restrictions protected California's economy, now it's poised for a euphoric rebound. Huntington Beach Mayor Pro Tem Tito Ortiz resigns, citing personal attacks. Former Dodger star reliever Mike Marshall dies at 78. Verbal jiu-jitsu, disarming and other tips for dealing with microaggressions. California lawmakers urge more help for schools, businesses and budget talks with Newsom. Photos, firefighter fatally shot, captain injured by colleague at Agua Dulce Fire Station. California's Slavery Reparations Task Force is convening. Here's what happens next. Bank of America must provide more proof of fraud before freezing Ed accounts, court orders. In rural Northern California town, officials vote to rename Jim Crow Road. Man charged in BB gun shooting case is suspected in 6 more cases, authorities say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. University of Edinburgh scientists successfully test drug which can kill cancer without damaging nearby healthy tissue. Amazon backs marijuana legalization, drops weed testing for some jobs. A 12-year-old girl who had gone to a mosque in Delhi to drink water was abducted and raped by the imam inside the mosque. U.S. Army accidentally invades Bulgarian factory. Iran's largest Navy ship catches fire, sinks in Gulf of Oman. New law prohibits locking up animals in cages in the Netherlands per 2023. Law banning adultery removed from Taiwan's criminal code. In Mexico, cartels are hunting down police at their homes. Air Canada gave out $10 min bonuses amid bailout negotiations with Ottawa. Prominent Kremlin critic Dmitry Gudkov detained as Russian authorities crack down on dissenters. Russia detains prominent opposition politician in widening crackdown. Israel offers a glimpse of life after herd immunity, with 80% of adults vaccinated. Cases have dropped to 15 per day. Israel to ask U.S. for $1 billion in emergency military aid. Labour demands urgent investigation into the Conservatives after Boris Johnson's party declares donations from companies that don't exist. Netanyahu challenged to legality of rivals PM bid is rebuffed. The next headlines are from Forbes. Is Biden's liberalism a problem for him? Israel sees probable link between Pfizer vaccine and small number of heart inflammation cases. Indonesia on track to dominate the supply of nickel to make batteries. Foxconn teams up with Thai state conglomerate on electric vehicle production platform. The Brooklyn Nets provide a merciful end to a forgettable Boston Celtics season. Benghazi-style committee among 4 alternatives Pelosi weighs to January 6 commission. WWE NXT results, winners, news and notes on June 1, 2021. JBS expects to reopen most U.S. meat plants Wednesday after cyber attack. SEC reportedly warned Tesla to stop letting Elon Musk tweet without permission. Enhypen is the 10th Korean musical act to chart a top 5 best-selling album in the U.S. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How did Neanderthals and other ancient humans learn to count? Lifelong antibodies, optogenetic vision and ships flying fake flags. Business of Science, how to grow your startup. India's COVID crisis flags need to forecast variants. Old school computing, when your lab PC is ancient. A cartoon guide to bioinformatics by a novice coder. From the archive. French vote for river barriers defies biodiversity strategy. Boost U.S. federal funding for international trainees. Coronavirus variants get Greek names, but will scientists use them? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,709,185,681 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Davos Helmer Daniel Hosel set for billionaire family satire, penning HBO Max series FCK My Heritage exclusive. Jodie Foster to receive Cannes Honorary Palme d'Or during opening ceremony. UK film and TV charity relaunches mental health survey as industry emerges from pandemic. Carnival review, Netflix sent an influencer south of the border in Brazilian girls trip. Trailer drop Hair American League Division Series release of Thai Korean horror the medium exclusive. China eases restrictions on foreign investment in entertainment venues. Watch Bo Burnham begrudge his way through FaceTime with my mom, tonight, from News Special. China orders new cinema closures amid rise in COVID-19 cases. California Senate approves film credit boost for diverse hiring. Kate Winslet on the mayor of Easttown ending that almost wasn't. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A Guide to Gender Identity Terms. Parents to Facebook, don't make a kid-only Instagram, just a better Instagram. Texas lawmakers pass changes to prevent more blackouts. Experts say it's not enough. Where are they now, Flynn? Other Trump alums keep MAGA hopes alive. The brewing political battle over critical race theory. Iran's largest Navy ship sinks in Gulf of Oman after catching fire. Guns, trucks and trips, West Virginia expands prizes for vaccinated residents. Put your wallet away, meat prices are not likely to rise after JBS cyber attack. A video shows a man suddenly hitting an Asian woman in New York City's Chinatown. 18 shoves a bear to save her family's dogs. The following headlines are from The Week. Iran's largest warship catches fire, sinks under unclear circumstance. Where are the Trump gauzes? Republican dissidents have a mailing list problem. Don't reward cops for failing to do their jobs. Trump doubly jeopardized the GOP. U.S. meat supply hit by suspected Russian ransomware attack on JBS, world's top meat processor. Jimmy Kimmel mocks Trump and Michael Flynn's insane and dumb coup fantasies. Teacher gives student the shoes off his feet to make sure he can attend graduation ceremony. The FEC keeps burying Trump in election law violations tied to his campaign. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. In Travis County, black children more likely to be taken from parents. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, June 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Alphega, a jewel in the Northern Crown. Lucky strike, space debris smacked International Space Station robotic arm. June 1st is the middle of an eclipse season. What are the 2021 hurricane names? The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Europe to US, pass new laws if you want a data transfer deal. Rush to sign trade deals risks political backlash, Britain warned. Biden urged to push EU to be a military power. Moderna to double EU vaccine manufacturing with new Dutch site. Biden allies urge Facebook to review spread of election fraud claims. How Cory Booker is wielding newfound Senate power. A college town fired up reparations talk with $25K checks. Who's next? The jobs report that could upend Biden's economic agenda. Dems notch easy win in New Mexico's special election. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victoria COVID live updates. Melbourne lockdown to be extended as state records 6 new local cases. State's regional area restrictions eased. McDonald cleared to ride Grace and Harmony in the Queensland Oaks. Getting grandma into gaming could keep her mentally sharp, study finds. Queensland Rail cuts staff surplus targets to save cash. Why Celtic are fortunate to be linked with Postecoglou, not the other way around. No excuses, Cleary urges Kikwa to step up as Origin tests Panthers' depth. Understanding the game won't save rugby league from itself on concussion. It's painful, desperate businesses cry out for help as Canberra weighs options. Cannot get to splendor in the grass? Buy a ticket for your virtual self. Confused and confusing, maths experts say curriculum is faddish and shallow. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Deep dive, want to get in on hot energy stocks? Wall Street favors these 20 picks for gains up to 40%. In one chart, one reason WFH is here to stay, employees and companies spent money to improve the experience. Peter Morici, Biden's tax policies would harm investment, jobs, and innovation. Buy this, not that. 10 ways to get the best deals during Amazon Prime Day 2021, according to Deal Pros. Auto Trader, the 2021 Acura TLX is better, sportier, and still a deal. The moneyest, she just drinks the Kool-Aid my sister gives her. My sister, 60, cries if my mom, 88, does not give her money for her cats, a car or rent. Nerd Wallet, 9 birthdays that matter most to your retirement. Nerd Wallet, want to travel the world as a digital nomad? Here are 7 valuable tips. Auto Trader, the pros and cons of electric cars. Next Avenue, is frugality the new norm? What older consumers have done differently since the pandemic. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Biden's tax policies would harm investment, jobs, and innovation, MarketWatch. Current war musical depicts historic struggle between Edison and Westinghouse 90.5 WISA. Plaintiff did not have standing to pursue patent infringement action where inventor assignment was not automatic. Intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. These return-to-work programs could help moms re-enter the workforce, Lincoln Journal-Star. Arista, Cisco named in trade complaint over networking patents, Bloomberg Law. 3 questions for an IP NFT pioneer, Part 1, Above the Law. Access Advance announces its HEVC Advanced Platform license, with simplified royalty rates and new licensor royalty allocations, PR Newswire. European Inventor Award 2021, meet some of today's most inspiring innovators at digital event on June 17, MENAFNCOM. Artificial Intelligence, ML, breakthroughs, complex image recognition using only few training samples on CPU, without GPU, for Bosch, BSH Smart Appliance POC, using Cognitive Explainable AI, ZAY, PR Newswire. Japan's state of emergency extended again as the Olympics near, coronavirus, COVID-19, Japan, Mondac News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. Meaty cyber attack, India's vaccine promises, Twitter storms. It's time to learn if the new NEFTA's worker protections have any teeth. India's poorly planned vaccination drive is toying with students' dreams to study abroad. Why is Mukesh Ambani building an international undersea cable system? Naomi Osaka and the limits of accommodations for employee mental health. Sephora is betting that social commerce will catch on in the U.S. Coronavirus, Vaxing philosophical. Tesla has raised Model 3 prices by $2,500 as the chip shortage drags on. A new weather service debuts on Twitter. For young companies, is it better to stay focused or diversify? The following headlines are from TechDirt. Are partial liability rules the path forward for intermediary liability regimes? Lessons learned from Brazil. Amazon's idea for a mesh network is cool, its method of rolling it out is not. TechDirt Podcast Episode 285, Welcome to Money City. Obnoxious repair monopolies keep turning farmers into activists. Judge dumps Iowa prosecutors attempt to jail an activist for sharing a law enforcement document with journalists. Daily Deal, Treble Z2 Bluetooth 5.0 noise-canceling headphones. It's not personal. Content moderation always involves mistakes, including suspending experts sharing knowledge. Money City, our new game to explore the future of money is now available to everyone. Experts fear Biden broadband plan won't fix the real problem, monopolization. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Damian Lillard. Pride flags. Ikerly. Carlo Ancelotti. JBS cyber attack. Non-binary. Marilyn Monroe. Jacob D. Grom. Savage Fenty. UFO. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. More black kids demonstrating their lives don't matter, Brits disgusted by gang stabbing in London's Hyde Park. Moderna plans to offer COVID-19 vaccine with range of dosages after new deal with Swiss drug maker Lonza. We've got to run this thing to ground. Australia extends COVID lockdown for second largest city. Novak Djokovic praises Osaka as brave and bold for quitting French Open, but still says interviews are part of the sport. Inappropriate and grotesque, German Green Party leader slammed after posing for photo near Russian border wearing military gear. Liquid at it again, James blasted for tantrum exit in Lakers loss while Lillard breaks records and enters God mode, video. Wait till winter, it's easy for EU to advocate ditching Russian gas when it's warm, Energy Minister says. Iranian Navy's largest vessel catches fire and sinks in Gulf of Oman, photos, videos. School days may get longer, says UK Education Minister, as government unveils 1.4 billion scheme to make up for lessons lost to lockdowns. WHO official with ties to Wuhan coronavirus research thanked Fauci for dispelling myth that COVID leaked from lab, email reveals. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Russia forming 20 new military units to counter NATO near western border. JBS shutters all U.S. meat plants as cyber attack jeopardizes food supply. European Parliament freezes ratification of China Investment Treaty. UK sees 0 daily COVID deaths for first time as calls to end lockdown grow. US and NATO bombers just flew over 30 nations, including 5 bordering Russia. EU launches digital wallet in latest step toward cashless society. Zero dark failure, NATO troops mistakenly raid food workshop in Bulgaria. CCP mouthpiece says Beijing needs more nuclear weapons after trade talks. Visualizing the snowball of government debt. America the outlier, voter photo IDs are the rule in Europe and elsewhere. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. The cancer patients being treated in their homes due to COVID. Questions surround powerful militiaman Muslih's arrest in Iraq. The Belarus plane hijacking reflects appeasement of tyranny. Disaster feared as fire-hit cargo ship sinks off Sri Lanka coast. Restoring degrading lands can help us mitigate climate change. CEOs plea to China, spare crypto mining fueled by clean energy. How to stop Ethiopia's weaponized sexual violence. Higher learning, of scriptures and football at a Tibet college. Turkey, Greece look for calm Eastern Mediterranean summer. Mali suspended from African Union, threatened with sanctions. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Louisiana lawmakers send constitutional carry to governor's desk. Joe Biden, corporations using mixed-race couples in advertising because they're selling soap, man. Kevin Garnett blasts Kyrie Irving for stomping Celtics logo after Nets win. Pentagon defends diversity and inclusion efforts, no apologies whatsoever. O'Rourke, Biden, Dems have to pass the For the People Act, do or die for America right now. Breaking the news: author Alex Marlow participating in TPUSA event and book signing with Charlie Kirk. Ex-Sir Chris Matthews, Trump Republicans do not understand democracy. Gulag, Marlow book reveals Google still suppressing Breitbart News. Chamber of Commerce launches campaign to import wave of foreign workers to take American jobs. Joe Biden appoints Kamala Harris to lead again, on voting rights. The next headlines are from UPI News. Clerk convinces Michigan man to buy $300,000 winning lottery ticket. Look, police rescue baby deer from sewer grate in Ohio. Watch, missing dog tag found on the Jersey Shore after 50 years. Look, overdue book returned to Irish library after 64 years. Watch, California teen pushes bear off wall to protect family dogs. Watch, wolves on the loose after wildlife center escape in Minnesota. Watch, man marks 522 juggling catches in 1 minute standing on Swiss ball. Watch, Tennessee police release body camera footage of zebra chase. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. The weirdest things you can do this summer. These 10 plants will get rid of mosquitoes this summer. 40 beer fun facts you need to know. How to hire the best foundation repair expert. How to ensure your event is professionally equipped and ready to amaze. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Couple hides $1,000 cash inside baby supplies at Target to help other families, after recalling their own struggle. Researchers discover intermittent fasting is effective at promoting long-term memory in mice. Devoted son took his mom with Alzheimer's on incredible round-the-world adventure and she improved. Some generous apes may help explain the evolution of human kindness. End-of-life specialists are surging in number, helping American families to better process death and dying. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, June 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Woman pulled naked from Florida storm drain has same thing happen in Texas. Migrant garden cutter still paid under $1 an hour ahead of World Cup. Florida joins U.S. states banning transgender girls from female sports. Biden warns of echoes of Tulsa massacre in the United States today. Man who lost his bike receives it as parcel 2 weeks later. Man stabs woman's boyfriend, then asks for knife back, charges say. Woman cuts off boss's penis after he allegedly attempted to rape her. Rapper on Dababee's roster charged in Miami Beach shooting. Dallas Mall evacuated after man slamming skateboard mistaken for active shooter. Exceptionally high number of decapitated bodies found at Roman burial site. What's a normal amount? The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Tesla hops on Chinese social media to police posts that damage its brand. This Tesla Roadster simulation with the SpaceX thruster pack shows its insane speed. Uber and Lyft experiment with labor practices amid driver shortage. Zoom expects to beat expectations with over $985 M revenue this quarter. 10 mistakes you're making as a startup employee. PSA, the Apple TV app is now available on Android TV. How Google Street View is helping Copenhagen tackle traffic pollution. iPhone 13 certification leak suggests it'll get beefier batteries. This AI robot mimics human expressions to build trust with users. Blimps could reduce air travel CO2 emissions, but not without a cost. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Falcons have natural eye makeup to improve hunting ability. Scientists learn what fuels the natural killers of the immune system. Turning the tables, how table corals are regenerating reefs. New algorithm could help enable next-generation deep brain stimulation devices. Prototype of robotic device to pick, trim button mushrooms. Innovative surgical simulator is a significant advance in training trauma teams. Modulating rapamycin target protein promotes autophagy, lowering toxic Huntington protein. New evidence may change timeline for when people first arrived in North America. New method to improve durability of nanoelectronic components, further semiconductor manufacturing. Vitamin D may not provide protection from COVID-19 susceptibility or disease severity, study suggests. The next headlines are from Information Week. 110 SAIOps and Cloud Journey to Software Modernization. Investing in the cybersecurity workforce of tomorrow. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, June 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. South Jordan tears 2 down house where owner kept a stockpile of explosives. In wake of racist, vulgar fan comments, Jazz owner Ryan Smith gives Ja Morant's father courtside seats for Game 5. LDS Corporation, the church's long journey to stay on the right side of the law and its principles. Meat producer ransomware attack disrupts global production, including at Utah plant. Utah reports 112 new cases of COVID-19 and no new deaths. Man drowned in Lake Powell after wind apparently prevented him from returning to rental boat. Still here and still queer, the gay restaurant endures. Commentary, the U.S. may never hit the herd immunity threshold, that's okay. Utah Jazz have faltered with 3-1 series lead before, but they say this year will be different. Bagley cartoon, months of the year. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Webb telescope launch date slips again. Space debris has hit and damaged the International Space Station. Employees are quitting instead of giving up working from home. Light shrinking material lets ordinary microscope see in super resolution. EU set to unveil plans for block-wide digital wallet. AMD unveiled Radeon RX 6000 mobile GPUs for new breed of all AMD gaming laptops. ROM site owner made $30,000 a year, now owes Nintendo $2.1 million. Facebook says US is the top target of disinformation campaigns. eBay sellers can no longer use PayPal under new terms. Can a cryptocurrency break the buck? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Marijuana users welcomed, Amazon won't test job seekers for cannabis. Walmart extending hours that were cut during pandemic. Sheriff investigating death of 32-year-old mother of 2 found hanging in prison shower. Residents call for Sam Page to resign as St. Louis County Council resumes in-person meetings. Mother believes person found dead in Jefferson County home is her daughter. Newlyweds, engaged couple survey the damage after fire destroys Sugar Spring Ranch. 22-year-old charged in hit and run that claimed toddler's life. Local Hell's Kitchen contestant impressed Chef Ramsay with first kiss. Call for Missouri special session could affect 2022 elections. I'm a Hall of Famer, dashcam footage of Tony La Russa's DUI arrest obtained. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. East County man turned his backyard into a wiffle ball park. Now it will be put to good use. San Diego Pride to unveil details of in-person, virtual events for 2021. County reports data low enough for yellow deer, but must wait another week. Report, Trump telling supporters he expects to be reinstated. North County man dives deep into historic shipwreck. Juvenile great white shark sightings on the rise. Lawsuit seeks release of 911 recordings in controversial La Jolla arrest. Fauci's emails reveal confusion over celebrity status. Our society is really totally nuts. Bill would rename VA Medical Center after decorated soldier killed in Afghanistan. Murder rate in Tijuana shows no sign of slowing down. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Jersey Shore youth band leader peeped into YMCA showers from hidden camera, prosecutor says. U.S., Denmark pressed over spy claims. Danish spies help U.S. eavesdrop on Angela Merkel and other European leaders. What software do employers use to spy on employees? Netanyahu, we cannot allow nuclear-armed Iran, even at cost of friction with U.S. China calls U.S. world's top hacking empire after Denmark spying claim. Report, Danish Secret Service helped NSA spy on European politicians. Russia, reports of U.S. spying on EU leaders only tip of the iceberg. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy destroyer successfully intercepts ballistic targets. U.S. Army to cut procurement of 155mm artillery rounds. Russia says that Southeast Asian countries Su-57 jets. U.S. Air Force awards contract to Learjet for E-11B ACN communications jets. India sent its newest howitzers to disputed frontier region of Ladakh. U.S. Army conducts live fire test of new guided man-portable munition. U.S. Marines receives newest handheld devices to deter enemy drones. Lockheed Martin, Embraer to participate in Ukrainian exhibition. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Li Zicheng sets fire to the Forbidden City. China abolishes two-child policy, but very few women want 3 babies. China eased past Minnows Gualmas World Cup qualifying resumes. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Oakland police officers disciplined for actions during George Floyd protests. San Francisco police seek help finding missing 84-year-old woman. He saved my life, brother calls VTA shooting victim, Adrian Baeza, a hero. 1 year later, friends and family continue to fight for justice for Sean Monterosa. San Jose to make way for affordable housing in the Dearden Station area. Pot users welcome, Amazon won't test job seekers for cannabis. COVID-19 booster shot, medical experts say they may not be necessary in near future. CA Reparations Task Force holds first meeting on centennial of Tulsa race massacre. Debate continues on how to handle Oakland's rise in crime. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Australian power generator takes Greenpeace to court. Why Frida Kahlo show will be a boon for Glen Ellen, Wheaton. As some mass COVID-19 vaccination sites close, next stage is doctors' offices. Police release dramatic body cam video of rail yard shooting. 2 new state holidays approved, Juneteenth and Election Day. What do they mean for you? 2 shot in parking lot of Woodman's in North Aurora. Judge orders early end to Blackouts' supervised release. Illinois planning to offer a lottery for vaccinated residents. COVID-19 cases shrink in May, but so do vaccinations. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Blanca 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone CHOI, WAN, 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Panama January 6, 2021, 11:20 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green forest fire alert in Mexico. Green forest fire alert in Russian Federation. Green forest fire alert in United States. Green forest fire alert in Kazakhstan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, June 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Afghanistan, losers cannot be choosers. Mapping China by the numbers, ambitions and threat vectors. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. It's going to be a week of wet weather. Harding Strait raid, former HPD officer Stephen Bryant pleads guilty to federal charges. Woman accused of shooting Katie nail salon owner over manicure and pedicure prices, HCSO says. Texas election bill faces fight ahead of special legislative session. Girlfriend of missing boy's dead questioned after body found in motel. Mom charged after shooting her 5-year-old son while trying to target loose dog, HPD says. One firefighter killed, one hurt in shooting at California fire station. Houston rent relief, millions are still available, but the help won't last long. 2021 hurricane season, 5 things Texas Gulf Coast residents should do to prepare. Grandmother of missing 6-year-old boy issues tearful plea for help. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Serena resumes Grand Slam quest at French Open. Storm leaves 3 dead, displaces hundreds in Philippines. Saudi stock market trading stops over technical error. Charges after U.S. Capitol insurrection royal far-right groups. The latest, Oslo virus surge linked to high school parties. Taiwan expects share food delivery platform traffic jams in convenience amid pandemic. Global shares mixed after lackluster day on Wall Street. Malaysia to summon Chinese envoy over alleged jet intrusion. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, do you get sad in the summertime? The best sketches of Saturday Night Live season 46. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Mr. Dips bring its first-rate burgers, fries, and soft serve to the seaport. Man who sucker-punched Asian woman in Chinatown charged with hate crime. Citing disorder, NYPD to enforce 10 p.m. curfew at Washington Square Park. Mayoral candidates are vying for the sleeping giant Latino vote. Early edition, watch these wild animals cross highway overpasses built especially for wild animals. New Yorkers can start to apply for emergency rental assistance. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Life below water, the UN calls for action on ocean protection. Bridging the gaps between climate action and biodiversity preservation. Calls for Zimbabwean journalist Jeffrey Moyo to be given a fair trial after bail denied. Amidst COVID surge, Asia-Pacific region needs immediate and stronger support. WFP feeds more than 1 million in Tigray, but needs support to reach more. Sowing water by restoring ancient ditches in the Peruvian highlands. Simply no scenario where humanity can survive on an ocean-free planet. Vaccine equity at heart of new $50 billion plan to end pandemic, drive recovery. Why investing in women is key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. 2021, the year that matters for the poorest people on the planet. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. CDC investigating cases of heart inflammation after COVID-19 vaccination. Revealed, the American money entwined with Israel's Jewish terrorist groups. Killer drone hunted down a human target without being told to. 117 employees sue Houston Methodist over COVID-19 vaccine requirement. Shockingly expected, US NSA and Danish intelligence spied on EU allies. China announces 3-child limit. Virologists say genetic fingerprints prove COVID-19 man-made, no credible natural ancestor. Cyber attack shuts down biggest meat producer in world, JBS, cyber pandemic meets food supply. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Yes, Tokyo Olympics are a go despite opposition, pandemic. Texas GOP to revive voting bill, Democrats plot next move. Mike Marshall, first reliever to win Cy Young, dies at 78. Is Amazon Sidewalk going to share Wi-Fi with neighbors without permission? Biden calls out to Democratic lawmakers for blocking agenda. New Mexico offers largest single vaccination prize in U.S. Did Kamala Harris tweet enjoy the long weekend before Memorial Day? House GOP falsely blames Biden for gas prices. U.S. formally ends policy for asylum seekers to wait in Mexico. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Is unemployment bonus keeping workers on sideline? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This strange device is what I reach for when neck pain hits. How will Europeans kiss in a post-pandemic world? Michael Caine is one of the coolest motherfuckers alive. Jeff Bezos and the most expensive 10 minutes of pleasure in history. We survived the Parkland massacre. Gen Z, we need your help. How a case of mistaken identity got me kicked out of QAnon HQ. How these Molly coup plotters stage a false flag pro-Russia march. Meet the accused stalker behind the Christian nonprofit gunning for Epstein's houses. Is Glenn Greenwald a new master of right-wing media? Federal investigators eye Rudy Giuliani's security firm as probe ramps up. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Catherine Garcia accused of letting pay inequity continue as sanitation commissioner. Amazon Prime Day 2021 dates announced, when is it and how to get access. Yankees send Mike Ford back to AAA. LeBron James bolts court early as Lakers get whipped by Suns. Mets Diamondbacks game Wednesday on YouTube only. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. DNA-based detector could help scientists hunt for dark matter. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Nature, wolves of Yellowstone. Forecasters predict above normal 2021 hurricane season. Health officials set up mobile vaccination clinics at U.S. beaches. Moderna seeks full FDA approval for its COVID-19 vaccine. How to watch next week's Ring of Fire solar eclipse. 5 asteroids are zooming past Earth this week. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Houston mom shot 5-year-old son while trying to shoot neighbor's dog, cops say. 48 years overdue, California man finally returns Bob Dylan album to Ohio library. Boat of people allegedly heckling vessel decked in pride flags explodes, sending occupants into the rescuing arms of those they'd been vilifying. Cows surround suspect, end police car chase in rural Wisconsin. Biden becomes first president to lead remembrance for Tulsa race massacre victims. Sign at the Elvis Presley birthplace vandalized just a week before Elvis Fest. NY Rep. Jeffries floats January 6 special counsel as Dems mull next steps after GOP blocked commission. Off-duty firefighter shoots 2 colleagues at LA County Firehouse, killing 1, before barricading himself in home. NAACP joint push for parole reform in New York. Dog attack in Texas leaves a woman with a partially amputated hand. The following headlines are from military.com. Workers begin removing Confederate generals' remains from Tennessee Park. By white men, for white men, report blasts VMI for racial slurs, sexual assault, Confederacy reference. FBI agent charged in off-duty shooting of man on subway. U.S. paratroopers accidentally attack civilian-occupied building in Europe. Gadsden flag patch on airman's uniform wasn't authorized, officials say. Army officer investigated after campaigning in uniform, calling Biden an illegitimate president. Militia attack on U.S. embassy in Baghdad caused $35 million in fire damage, IG says. Former Green Beret convicted of spying for Russia moves to withdraw guilty plea. Navy restarts regular P tests as pandemic winds down. VA gets another massive funding increase in Biden's first budget. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Facial recognition for fish. Researchers test technology on Asian carp in battle to stop invasive species from spreading to Lake Michigan. Column, let's give Mayor Lightfoot's violence reduction plan a chance to work this summer. Reaching people with vaccine hesitancy or limited access, it's really thinking creatively, says UIC team leader on $1.4 million grant. Illinois Senate passes elected school board for Chicago, over the objections of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. 2 Chicago police officers being investigated after alleged beating of teenager. Red Cross, American Cancer Society urge blood, platelet donations as cancer treatments resume. Governor J.B. Pritzker touts fiscal discipline. A $42 billion budget passed by Democrats as debate over energy policy and subsidies to calm ed parent drags on. Police, 2 shot outside North Aurora store. Archdiocese of Chicago to reopen long-shuttered Little Village School. Man dies in Oak Forest fire despite attempt by son to save him. The following headlines are from phys.org. Synthetic species developed for use as a confinable gene drive. Fossil secret may shed light on the diversity of Earth's first animals. Huge sinkhole threatens to swallow Mexican home. Drought hit tinderbox. California braces for fires in months ahead. Biden administration halts oil drilling in Alaska wildlife refuge. Burnt out ship going down off Sri Lanka coast. New evidence may change timeline for when people first arrived in North America. How an elephant's trunk manipulates air to eat and drink. Forged books of 17th century music discovered in Venetian library. Turning the tables, how table corals are regenerating reefs. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, June 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Euro 2020, Luis Enrique banking on Spain's youth movement. Leibovitz photo fronts memoir by business leader Indra Nooyi. Women's soccer saw significant disruption from pandemic. Euro 2020, Phil Foden leads continent's young stars. Slovakia to miss injured striker David Strelic at Euro 2020. Euro 2020, squads for the European Championship. Russian upper house votes to exit from overflight treaty. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. San Jose, shooting leaves man with life-threatening injury. Horoscopes June 2, 2021, Zachary Quinto, discipline leads to personal gain. Word game, June 2nd, 2021. Bridge, June 2nd, 2021. Ask Amy, what I've learned makes me want to ditch these friends. Harriet Cole, I've been told to pretend I'm single. Miss Manners, what's an appropriate response to rude vaccine questions? Dear Abby, does this make me a helicopter mom? Second only to Connie Mack, A's Bob Melvin notches historic win and inspires comeback in Seattle. Appeals court upholds murder conviction in San Lorenzo fatal crash. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Melanie Stansberry, New Mexico Democrat, wins House special election. Biden suspends oil leases in Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. Federal judge orders early end to Rod Blagojevich's supervised release. U.S. losing leverage to stop North Korea nuclear programs, experts say. Louisiana Senate approves bill requiring national anthem at sporting events. Joe Biden visits Tulsa to honor black victims of 1921 massacre. Ron DeSantis' re-election campaign to center around Florida's handling COVID-19. Media opts for frenzy of cartoonish smears over COVID-19's likely source. DHS officially ends Remain in Mexico policy. U.S. lawmakers want Ma'Khia Bryant foster care journey probed. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Daniel Ellsberg explains why now was the right time to release top-secret file on nuclear weapons. Corporate subsidy quietly dies in Texas, topping off bad week for big oil. Exclusive, NYPD took hours to respond to mass looting, despite quickly cracking down on protests. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Prescription to sit less, move more advised for mildly high blood pressure and cholesterol. Researchers explore ways to detect deepfakes in geography. Beta popping potential for popcorn. Aortic condition more deadly in women than in men. Ben Gurion U studies show promise using drones to elicit emotional responses. Atmospheric metal layers appear with surprising regularity. Solar energy-driven sustainable process for synthesis of ethylene glycol from methanol. Alternative to plastic straws, which materials are suitable? The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 3 killed, 13 wounded, in shootings Tuesday in Chicago. 4 critically injured in crash on Lakeshore Drive in the Loop. Toddler, woman, shot through window of apartment in Austin. Horoscope for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Cubs starting to flex their muscles with recent power surge. Kia nurses buzzer beater hand Sky 5th straight loss, all at home. Obama surprises youth football team, chats with Southside business owners during visit to Jackson Park. 1 killed, 1 wounded, in Westtown shooting. Top editor at JAMA to step down following outrage over colleagues' comments about racism in medicine. Teen boy, 17, wounded in Lincoln Park shooting. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. More heavy rain, potential flooding to start June. Houston Texans sign Patriots cast-off RB Rex Burkhead. New DJ Screw movie to begin filming in Houston this week. Op-ed, border agents took my truck, and the Supreme Court shrugged. Bob Saget hasn't been more excited about stand-up comedy since 1995. Houston Concert Watch 6/2, The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, East of Edo and more. Lineup announced for 2021 Shell Freedom over Texas, and yes, it's virtual once again. The Houston Rocket fans' guide to rooting in the NBA playoffs. Houston Restaurant Weeks 2021, the delicious fundraiser returns. As Texas legislature calls it quits for now, voting bill blame game continues. The next headlines are about world records making news. 8,015 LED light bulbs create thank you message on Saudi Arabian runway, Guinness World Records. China's artificial sun sets a new world record after running at 216 million for 100 seconds, Daily Mail. Stocks hover near record highs on rebound bets, oil rallies above $70, Reuters. Serial record breaker takes 522 juggling catches in 1 minute while standing on a Swiss ball, watch, Times Now. Nakamura shatters record in bullet chess speed run presented by Stella Artois, chess.com. Girl, 13, sets world record by breaking 84 tiles in 84 seconds video, NDTV. China's artificial sun sets new world record, runs at 120 million degrees Celsius for 101 seconds, Times Now. Irian Knighton breaks Usain Bolt under 18 world record for 200 with sizzling run, Wide World of Sports. Irian Knighton 200 Nvidia Usain Bolt U18 world record broken, Wide World of Sports. Hyderabad, 13-year-old girl sets world record by breaking 84 ceramic tiles in 84 seconds, the Ziyasit Daily. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Russian criminals suspected in cyber attack on world's largest meat processor. The NSA reportedly used Denmark's internet cables to spy on European politicians. The return of vision is still uncertain, according to Paul Bettany. Elon Musk is indeed pissing the SEC off with his tweets. The final Conjuring 3 trailer manages to make even a classic Blondie jam sound scary as hell. The world's richest countries have given $190 billion to the fossil fuel industry since 2020 alone. Come on and slam, and welcome to the Space Jam, a new legacy Funko Pops. Viacom CBS avoided nearly $4 billion in tax on franchises like SpongeBob and Star Trek, report. You have a week to opt out of Amazon Sidewalk, do it now. LEGO Masters Season 2 judges tease curious builds and COVID filming challenges. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 122.9 degrees Fahrenheit or 50.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ago in -4 at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. AMD triples Zen 3 CPU cache using 3D stacking technology. What the physics of skipping stones can tell us about aircraft water landings. Months from the release of Dune 2021, the 1984 version gets a 4K release. Shortages loom as ransomware hamstrings the world's biggest meat producer. Big Tech sues Florida, saying social media law violates First Amendment. Xiaomi's 200W phone charger goes from 0-100% in 8 minutes. Pirelli puts a wireless sensor in its new tire for the McLaren Artra. After 75,000 Echo arbitration demands, Amazon now lets you sue it. ROM site owner made $30,000 a year, now owes Nintendo $2.10. Webb telescope launch date slips again. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Did Donald Trump finally kill his blog? Bill Barr had an intake process to evaluate the dirt on Joe Biden given to Rudy Giuliani from a Russian agent. Kyrsten Sinema promises she missed the crucial January 6 commission vote for a good reason. Former Roger Stone advisor makes hang Hillary gesture at Q-friendly Texas gathering. Sad and pathetic CNN's Anderson Cooper mocks Trump milling around Mar-a-Lago thinking up new election lies. Evangelical pastor warns people are taking QAnon as a religion, we're no match for 24 hours of Facebook. A new inauguration date is set, inside the latest QAnon conspiracy theory to reinstate Trump. Texas Democrat nails absurd Greg Abbott threat not to pay lawmakers if they deny voter suppression. Desperate Netanyahu might try to pull off his own January 6th, Israel newspaper. Here's why a former FBI official says it's dangerous to see QAnon people as nutty and give Trump a pass. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The shot in the eye squad. We take care of travelers, inside the vaccine tourism of Brazil's super-rich. Foreign firms sucking virtual water from America's parched Southwest. Jim Crow killed voting rights for generations. Now the GOP is repeating history. Are progressives finally ready to throw their weight around? We need to understand how we got to January 6th before we can move forward. January 6th conspiracy case deepens against Oath Keepers. QAnon conference organizer won't answer questions about whether Michael Flynn was paid. Biden in Tulsa, this was not a riot, this was a massacre. Here's how Deb Haaland wants to address the crisis of violence against Indigenous women. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Everyday ethics, thinking beyond our universe, reading Eagle. John C. Morgan, is there intelligent life elsewhere in the universe, the Mercury? Detecting mid-infrared light, one photon at a time, Mirage News. The truth is out there, but with new UFO report expected to land soon, talk of alien life is also becoming more common in the nation's science classrooms, the 74. If UFOs are aliens, Obama hopes humanity would find common ground, global news. D-Orbit unveils third mission for Ion satellite carrier, space news. NASA announces new planetary protection officer, space ref. Travis Jepson on Alice Wong, Art Forum. June stargazing, UFOs in the horizon, Sierra Magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Memory, learning and decision-making studied in worms. Researchers identify role of interneurons in food-seeking behavior. Science Daily. Amazon tribe can hold the key for healthy brain aging. Powdersvillapost.com. A novel NGF receptor agonist B355252 therapy in stroke gear. Dove Medical Press. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. If you want to age well, this may be the most important habit to stick with. Live strong. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Taking UFOs seriously, Democrats and Republicans unified. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.